Oh, yeah, let's get it. Taco Tuesday. Call to the pen. HQ. Woo! Me and my boys up in the crew already, man. Waiting for us. Joshua Cooper, what's up? New names. Waiting always. Hat tip to you. Thank you for taking time at your day. Michael K. Insight. Tyler C. Brian Rose. The usual suspects. What's going on? Welcome back. It's a fastest show in MLB absolutely anywhere. The big man, John Laghezza, on the Bird app. Hanging with Mr. Cooper on the ones and twos. Hard-working producer, man. Jay, we see you, my friend. Avatar. We see you. All right, I'm going to do the no-nonsense edition today. Let's cut the windbaggery, will you? And we're going to dive right into it. 15 games, and you know the K props are up, so we're going to try to keep an eye on it. Again, that's it. Let's dive right in. OPMG capital status. What's up, Kato? Let's get somebody, the big man. Hold on, come on. Listen, we've been, it really is a testament to the process. I'm very proud of the process. Knowing there's ups and downs and bad beats, whatever, there's valleys. Yesterday, we kicked some major tail. Really felt good about it. And the thing is, right, I don't tuck tail. I don't run away. I deploy the strategy. I believe it, right? Disconnect from the emotions. Disconnect from the outcomes because the risk is already pre-planned. 6-0 on my straight bets for the subs and 2 bullets and 2 binks in DraftKings. I had a pretty good feeling. We hit the Jesse Rogers home run. We had Andy Ibanez. Then the stack in the Cincinnati-Baltimore game with Reed Detmers and freaking Spencer Strider, like we said. So there we go. Hopefully, there was a point I used to print money doing this stuff. Let's go get it, everybody. First one on the board. I'm already laughing. Thinking about my boy Matty. And Andrew Abbott on the book for my Reds. Plus 125 dogs on the road against those Orioles. Tyler Wells, one of the best, young pitchers in the games. You got him in fantasy. You are just reaping all the benefits. Abbott also very, very good. He got touched a little bit last time, but he's very, very good. 114 ERA, 0.97 whip, 539 OPS. A few too many walks. Remember, it's only been 23 innings. He puts the ball in the air a ton, but he actually has probably gotten a little bit lucky now looking at it. Like, I didn't realize, right? You see we can stop real quick. When you see the high fly ball rate, that explains a very low batting average a lot of times, right? Remember, a lot of times fly balls, they don't go out of the yard. You're out. 188 max BA lefty-righty split. What I didn't realize was the 10% barrel. So 10% barrel, 6.5 blast. He's probably lucky to have a 289 xWOBA, to be frank. Because it's not the strikeout stuff. He's not really killing people. He did have 10 Ks last time out. I've always been afraid about one going up against Baltimore in general, right? We know they're a big-time contact team, 89% zone contact last 500 plate appearances. That's probably number 1 or number 2. And they pair it with a double-digit barrel rate, right? So when it's high contact, high barrel, this is another one I'd be a little bit afraid of. Abbott, who, again, not a ton of whiffs, 21 fouls. It's not really great. I don't know if I'd be really looking for him for the K prop, though, of course, right? It's something to think about. That he had 10 Ks and would have got it. So it's almost anybody could get it any day. But I'm not digging Baltimore. Too much contact for the strikeouts today. Tyler Wells, 3.22 ERA, 0.89 whip. He's been really good. All the indicators below 4. The 6% walk rate, we love that. K minus BB over 20, 27 whiff, checking a lot of boxes, right? 83% in-zone contact. So he wins in the zone. Also, here's a better example of it, right? Tons of fly balls, 53%, but 14% infield fly, right? So he works up in the zone. Balls go up, but they go way up. Also, another double-digit barrel for Wells, which, again, I didn't realize. So in Baltimore, it's funny. This is something I actually might be writing about next week at The Athletic is not all barrels being created equally. You get a barrel, you don't necessarily get a home run, especially in certain parks like Baltimore. Wells has been excellent at home. That's probably the big split. 2.5 ERA, 190 batting average allowed, 570 OPS. And, Abbott has yet to give up a run on the road. But I just couldn't. I can't go short on this one, right? Everything's saying short, but the offenses are saying long. Cincinnati, they're just doing it, man. It's interesting. They get on base, they walk, they don't chase, they steal, and that turns into runs, right? You don't need the big-time power. And then it's especially dangerous at home. Cincinnati and Baltimore are just really exciting. I think I'm going to watch this one. Some more of the crew rolling in. Tyler C, Jeff L, D-Rock, Taco Core, what's going on? Fire Sports, I see you. So I think I'm leaving this one alone, and I don't know if I see, man, the strikeout stuff. I'm wondering if I'm looking past Tyler Wells. Everybody, you want to just keep an eye on that board. If I got to scan too far down, I might need to be, man, Tyler Wells at 26. 26-1, Tyler Wells to lead. Again, Cincinnati, they're just not really striking out, not really chasing. But, man, I feel like if you go under that K, we were lucky you got saved by the rain. But Ellie De La Cruz strikeout machine. So, I don't know. Maybe, Jay, put Wells down. I think you got to because, again, we really want to be looking at the underpinning stuff, right? Just because Abbott had the Ks, I don't care as much as we know Wells. If the ball rate is low, the whiff rate is high, the in-zone contact is low, the walk rate is low, right? So you're getting control. He's working around his zone and wins in the zone. So Wells, I think, is a candidate. Next up, it's a Padres and Yu Darvish minus 190 heavy favorites on the road against the black and yellow, old man long in the tooth southpaw. Rich Hill plus 155 dog at home. Man, Darvich's been a rough go, but again, we got pop the hood, man. 4.84 ERA, 1.23 WHIP, 7.25 OPS. You're like, oh, woof. But expected ERA at 3.6, Sierra 3.8, 26K to 7 walk is not bad. 18K minus BB, 30 CSW is a check. 27 Swiffer is a check. Now he hasn't gotten ahead, but that's something that's pretty easy to correct for a veteran. Again, 85 in zone contact. He's winning in the zone, keeping the ball down, 44%. 7% barrel, 288 ex-WOBA. I don't think I'd be writing off Yu Darvish. He has the big ERA on the road, but it's not backed up. The homer 9 is down at 1. So you got to like Darvish. I think they're going to crush Hill. I know this is chalky, but, gee, maybe this is the first one. I think I might have printed San Diego run line. See if there's a plus in front of that still. If not, if it's short odds, I would say I would take that up to like minus 115. If not, we're going to look to pair San Diego on the money line. Okay, if you get 110 or 115, we can dig on that. Again, Hill, it's been bad. Pittsburgh, they were competing for a bit. Then they went under, and it looks like they're going to go into someone. 4.4 ERA, 1.4 WHIP. That doesn't really tell the tale. 5.4 expected ERA, 4.6 Sierra. 9% walk, 12K minus BB, 7 swing strike. Just not going to do it, right? 20% whiff, 57 first strike, 26 O swing. These are all bottom barrel stats. Then you get 45 ball, 11 barrel. He's lucky to be getting away with only 1.2, homer 9, because of 355 ex-WOBA, 420 expected WOBA on contact. Righty's doing damage, 785 OPS, 1.5 homer 9. And he's gotten cracked at home. I just think this one is going to get ugly. Give me San Diego. We kind of call that they've gotten up off the mat, right, people? Just briefly, one of the things we've been very good at is picking up on offensive trends, especially in particular when good teams are going to begin to perform, right? That's what we've been very good at, going against the Yankees, going against the Padres, going against these teams until it's time. The Braves have not showed us that weakness yet. Padres showed us the discipline, and then the rest kind of coming along. Number 1 in walk rate, swinging strike, and chase rate, plus 88 zone contact, paired with the number 1 hard hit rate, 46.5. That's a 343 expected WOBA. And top 351 expected WOBA versus lefties. I think they're in a lot of trouble. I know I had all the big dudes ringing like crazy today. So I don't know. You want to put together like a hit parlay, Jay? It's all the big dogs. It's like, as long as we can get to at least minus 105, it's Machado, it's Tatis. And it was even Kim. I don't know if I put Kim. Kim parlay will probably get you there. Kim, again, leads off against lefties. So Kim, Tatis, Machado, again, I'm getting into a DFS thing. I'm gonna keep playing while I'm hitting. So keep those guys in mind when you're playing today. Also, Pittsburgh bullpen. Why we like the run line as well. Pittsburgh 9 ERA last 36 2/3, 2 flat whip, 14% walk, 1.5 homer 9. Give me San Diego by a mile. Darvish has all the strikeout stuff. Pittsburgh kind of going in the tank, right? 12 swinging strike, 82 zone contact. Darvish got to be at the top, 11-1. All right, bucket him, Jay. Do me a favor when you bucket, put the price. You probably did that before. You are the man. Let's keep going. Oh man, that's the hustle. But those games had plays and pitchers that might be part of the equation here. Then it's Ryan Walker and Kevin Gausman. You got to get away from Walker. I'm a bit afraid of even back in the Blue Jays here at the minus 175. I don't know who's following. I was digging around. Right, it might be Alex Wood. He's been really up and down. I think he gave up 6 runs, 3 of his last 5. It might be Minaya. He's been really good. Either way, it's a lefty. Blue Jays hit lefties well. Walker's been good. Hard to cap the openers. That's really where these are really tough. Also, as much as I like Gausman, Gausman's been awesome. Right, it's heavy juice to go up against a good offense. San Francisco, they're pesky. Right, the double-digit walk rate because they don't swing and miss, because they don't chase. They make a lot of contact. They make a lot of hard contact. 335 expected WOBA against righties last 30. That's top 5. Not too many teams are going to go out implying 5+ runs against righties. So as much as I like Gausman, and he does have all the strikeout stuff, at plus 5.5 to 1, I think I would leave this one. Listen, Blue Jays easily could cover this one. I may even printed this because I saw a plus on the bullpen. Blue Jay bullpen really got to give the edge to the Giants. So I would leave that one. Don't even bother. Next up, Sandy Alcantara. Man, this is a tough one. Are you buying what he's selling? I don't know, man. So many ups and downs. Plus 105 dog with the Fish. Those Marlins on the road against the Red Sockums. And Garrett Whitlock. Cool Whitlock. Minus 130. A favorite on the road. God, I am so stupid. Alcantara giving you 95 2/3, but it's a 5-year ERA, 1.25 whip. He's killing us. 685 OPS, so it's good. 109 stuff plus, and the fastball is very good. The K rate way too low at 19. KBB minus is way too low at 12. But the swing and strike at 12, ball rate below 32, so the control is there. Also, bully metric achieved, right? If you're new, we add first strike with O swing. That's your chase rate. 65.5 first strike plus 37 O swing if they equal 100. I call that the bully metric, right? Bully metric achieved. In a game of 15 outs, that's the most you can ask for, right? He gets up, he gets ahead, he makes you chase his garbage, he wins in the zone, he's got the swinging strike. 49% ground ball, 6% barrel, 2% blast, 3/4 home and 9, 360 expected wobble on contact. These are all very good. Okay, these numbers are all very good. The strikeout numbers are all very low. I don't know, man. Hard to get away from Sandy. Funny thing though, the BABIP only at 293. It's all been, from kind of watching this, it's all been like these single innings. Man, we got to pair all 3 of them to get the plus 125, Jay. Gosh, I guess we could do it, but it's like a $2 right there. Like I go 2 max. So people, if you're following along, we are going to get the base hit prop, the top 3 in the lineup, right? Machado, Kim Tatis. Again, the total bases are in play also, but once I get to minus 140, I'd rather not go there. Again, then take your business elsewhere. Jay and I were talking about this. These full slates. Sometimes you go to Prize Picks, sometimes you go to Underdog, you go play the props, man. Combine them, you get odds on things that don't necessarily, add up in their favor in your own. Okay, let's get to it. So Alcantara, a bit of the swing and miss stuff has been there. It's been a bit wild. Boston's disciplinary basket really mad. It's all white on the formatted board. 23K to 8 walk, 11 swing to strike, 33 chase. So it's possible that Sandy does work, I guess. I didn't really see where he was. He's at 41 to 41. I mean, he hasn't had the K pitch. I guess if we're going to be strict, if we're going to stick with the analytics, I guess we have to fade him. Where we would go is Whitlock, though. Jay, make sure we have Whitlock in the bin. I think he's 70 to 1. 4% walk rate. I know the K rate is at 21, however, right? This is the butt, right? This is like the Birdman butt, the garden hose and the soapy water. If you hear that, boy. 13% swing and strike, 30.5 CSW, 31% ball rate, 28 whiff. I mean, these numbers are phenomenal, right? Strip off the name in the K rate is probably one of the best on the board. 72.5 first strike, 38 O swing, bully. Who's bully's the bully, right? This guy's the GD Fonz going on. So I think we have to play Whitlock, especially at the edge. I know Miami doesn't K, but again, right? 33% chase rate, 33.5 is a little worse than average. The swing and strike, not there, but again, they do chase, they don't walk. Whitlock has got the swing and miss and has one in the zone. So I think for the odds, he's definitely worth being part of the portfolio. I also felt I liked Boston to win this one. Damani S, what's going on? I just see you now. Yeah, Cooper. Josh C, see you, man, with that cool Whitlock. Again, I like Miami also. I like Boston to win also, but I kind of shied on pulling the trigger. I think I ended up with the under walk prop on Whitlock, so I just like to be transparent. Now, this is one that I know I do have. Bring this one up. It's Julio Teheran, RIP, Iron Sheik, and the Brewers on the road against the Let's Go Mets Go and David Peterson. Jake, can you bring up the walk prop for Teheran? If it's near where it was earlier today, if I didn't move that, we want that for sure. Under 1.5 walks, minus 107. Let's get that. That's what I want. Teheran has been a control machine. He just happened to walk a few guys last time out. And the number popped, but he's been a control machine. I think that's the only batters he's walked. 1.5 ERA, 0.88 whip, 569 OPS, 3.2 expected ERA. The Sierra doesn't necessarily agree, but again, the walk rate really low, ball rate really low, first strike really high. He's also going to pitch the contact, but he's keeping the ball down and it's suppressed contact. Ryan's been really good with control. He's just been good around the edges. That's what happens, right? You'll generally find that, right? Pitchers that have low BABIPs and low BAs are because they're throwing strikes around the edges, right? These surface stats, year-to-date stats, I'm sorry, are only going to tell you so much, right? And of course, there's another layer there. I do my best to bring the best I can. Again, if you'd like to see some of this stuff in real time, jumping over to Twitter and the pinned tweet, we'll take in a sharpener. That bookmark is open, that document link. And you can follow along. It really, again, they don't call us the restaurant where the chefs eat for nothing. So props to everybody out there. If it wasn't for you, I'd just be some, I don't know, fat guy yelling at his computer. On the other side of the bump, it's David Peterson. It's been a very rough go. He's called back up, 39 innings, 8 ERA, 1.75 whip, 9.34 OPS. It's just like, it's been so bad for him. It's going to be the stoppable force and the movable object because the Milwaukee offense, stinks. 204 batting average, last 500 plate appearances. That's a 281 OBP and a 628 OPS, bottom 3 in Ks. You know, Jay, this was one of my sneakier ones, right? Everybody expects Peterson to get mauled, probably including myself. What is he going off at, though? Because we know when the slider is on, it's really good. Check it out again, peeling away. David Peterson, 25% K, 12.5 swinging strike, 29 CSW, 29 whiff, 15 foul. The first strike is very low. But again, that is one of the wonkier things that can change on a game-to-game basis, right? Remember, we're not trying to paint this guy to Cy Young. We're just trying to look for the underpinnings of a high strikeout game. Remember, Milwaukee dead last in strikeout stuff, just the worst. 28% K as a team, last 513 swinging strike, 82 zone contact. Jay, I have a feeling Peterson's at the bottom of this board. He is not at the bottom of this board, everybody. He's at 31-1. All right, we have him written, but I'm a little disappointed. Inside says Brewers can't hit lefties. This would be true. Though the ex-Woba creeping up to average, I know I saw that, which is also another debate also where I incorporate expected WOBA stuff, but the actual stats, the WOBA stats, are more predictive. So I do like to be transparent. But production stats still can spin off the rail and give you bad readings if you try to model with those. So I try and always use expected stats. It's not luck, just to kind of smooth things out a little bit. Also, they were a big pickup yesterday, right? Detroit hadn't performed WOBA WRC plus against lefties. The ex-WOBA was popped off the page, right? That kind of brought up the number that team total hit. I know Maddie printed that, but we also were over in that one, and that would hit in the parlay. The parlay missed because the freaking Mets, oh my God, that was the worst ever. The Mets, I hate the Mets. It's like the way they lose is just bad. All right, so Teheran to not walk, 2 batters. Remember, also, I kind of like these other props in case the guy gets mauled in the first inning or gets hurt or it starts raining or whatever. Other than that, keep an eye on Peterson. Like I said, I'm a little thrown off, I'm a little perturbed because generally I feel like if we stumbled on the long shot, that you're going to look and it's going to be 100-1, and Peterson was not. Peterson was 31-1. So, speaking of which, it's crazy. Mention Matt Williams' name once, and he appears. Audio only people, come on over and check the timestamp. Believe it or not, Matty, hello. OPMG, Brian, Fire, Insight, the crew, just a comment section on fire here. Maddie, the ATM machine. The inmates stand for money. Next up, Joe Ryan and the Twinkies, plus 130 dogs on the road against Bryce the Elder, minus 155 and those Bravos. Am I going to learn my lesson? I don't know. Probably not. Let's, hopefully. Joe Ryan's been excellent. Sub-3 ERA, 0.9 whip, 549 OPS. Earn run indicators all in the red, right? 244 expected ERA. 4% walk, 23 K minus BB, 13.5 swinging strike, 28.5 ball rate. I mean, the control rate for Ryan just off the hook. He's the guy I paired Whitlock with Ryan for transparency's sake. Those two unders on the walk for plus money. 42 O swing, 80 zone contact. Ryan just really, he's been excellent. The mistake that I mentioned making, stepping on the rake, is I love to bet on Joe Ryan, but I hate to bet against these Braves. And I think today I'm not going to do it. People in the comment section, let me know. Do you just have some offenses that you just say, like, no, thank you? Or do you kind of grab up the C.O. Jones to go up against the Braves? I know I mentioned having the courage to go up against good teams, but we want to get them when they're slacking. Right now, Braves #1 in runs, homers, average, OBP, OPS, but also Ks. Hard hit rate, barrel rate, WOBA, WRC+. #1 team expected WOBA against righties, 366. Expected WOBA against righties, that's 30 days. That implies like 5.5 runs. It's ridiculous. The Braves are so good. So just curious, Fire Sports has nothing here for me. But I mean, like, are we just off going up against the Braves so I could just save myself some time? Anyway, Bryce the Elder, I'm not buying it. Again, I've been getting crushed going up against this guy, 2.4 ERA, 1.11 whip. K minus walk ERA is 4.5. The PFIP's above 4.5. K rate down at 20, CSW 27. It's just really very meh. The ground ball rate is what pops and what has kept him alive, right? That's been really the whole thing, surviving on the 274 BABIP. I'm just kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Twins' offense has been terrible, though. 236. Team BA, 299 OBP, last 500 PAs. They K entirely too much. So I don't know if that's going to be an issue today. But they don't make any contact. A lot of ground balls, 40%. So they might feed right into Elder. And again, just average against righty. So I'm leaving this one. Ryan, of course, you got to think about him for K's at 26-1, man. You got to put him in the bucket. See, I have to say that's another surprise, right? Joe Ryan, high quality, surprised with his quality of pitching and the strikeout stuff that he has. That he's such a long odd there. Again, I did mention the Braves #1 in K. Yeah, everything's so good for the Braves. If anything, he's going to bubble, right? Just that's why I want to create the basket as we go. Okay, next up. Sorry, Jay, I was looking at pace, and like the full slate games are going over 40. Let me know if that's okay. Next up, lefty on lefty violence, Framber Valdez, my boy, -20. Short favorite on the road into Cardinals. J-Mont, slight favorites, -105. And the Cards. Let's not bury the lead. I just like Houston to win this one. So, you know what? Before I put my mouth, I should have seen where the line moved. Houston was like a short white, was a short favorite. Is that still the case, Jay? Yeah, short favorite is cool. I'm going to just go with Framber. 2.3 ERA, 1 flat wit, 582 OPS. 2.8 xFIP, 311 Sierra, 5% walk, all the stuff we like. 21 K minus BB, 29 CSW, 27 whiff, only 15 foul. That's all the stuff we really like. And of course, the man is like a living ground ball machine. Like he just gave up a ground ball while I was ranting. Half a homer, 9, 294 expected wall ball, all the stuff we really like. Montgomery's been okay. A bit better in the zone than I think, though. I think it's going to regress. I just don't see it. 21K, but it's only 10 swing and strike, 27 CSW. O swing at 32. I don't see how it supports his own contact at 84 without the swing and miss stuff. 6% walk from Montgomery. So, he's going to be in the zone. Houston's been very disciplined. Top 2K rate. Last 500, double-digit walk rate, single-digit swing and strike, all the stuff you like. 89 zone contact was where I was looking. Power stats have been down, but Houston has looked up. I mean, yeah, without, you lose Jordan Alvarez, and it's just a killer, man. Bats with us in Houston, so chalk that up as a dub, hopefully. Christopher Torres, how are you? Salute all the new names as I see them, best I can. The chat here has turned into quite a fast-moving river. So I like Houston. Again, let's look at this St. Louis strikeout stuff. Okay, what's Framber like on the board? Framber's at 20-1. Put him in. I like Framber. I think he has a chance to win solo. I don't know if people really be on him. St. Louis King a lot. Not as good against, they had a reputation, I should say. They're really killing lefties. Arenado's good, but he's in the tank and they're not great, right? Without him and Goldie doing it. 314 expected WOBA against lefties last 30. 25% K rate. 11 swing and strike, all worse than average. So I think Framber might be a piece of it. Again, I have him on kind of the outside bubble. Thank you so much, Jay. Jay just doing a heck of a job keeping everything organized for me because I'm so scrambled at points. Next up, it's a Tigres from Detroit Rock City. Matt Manning. Man, it's such a shame. Right, Boyd goes down. As Manning comes back, Boyd goes down. It's just a shame. Can't keep these guys healthy. Plus 160 dog on the road against lefty Martin Perez. But first thing that has to jump off for us, we mentioned it yesterday. Detroit, the big underperformer really in the league. Their top 3 team expected WAR versus lefties last 30 and hadn't performed whatsoever. And people kind of laughed, and we saw them come out yesterday, and they looked good. I know Matty had the F5 over. Man, it got funny today. I was like, oh, scratch your nose. It was at a good number. I think there's a lesson there also, I think. And it's part of what I was saying. The reason that what pushed me off the F5 totals is, yes, because I'd rather chase bad bullpens for full game, but it's because they move the odds, right? The idea was at minus 120, if you like a single, you play it. When they hit 130 and you have 3, you go to round robins. Once they hit minus 165, it's either for me pair or bust. Matt, sharp enough, caught the 120 on Detroit, hit that one. I think today that's another one also. Jay, bring that up. We have first 5 totals for Detroit. If it's 1.5 and it's like, again, 120, 125 or less, I think that's a viable play. Martin Perez, it's been rough. 4.4 ERA, but it's disguising a 1.45 whip, 785 OPS. A lot of the earned run indicators at or above 5. Expected ERA right at 5. Sierra north of that. 50% K is too low. Single digit KBB. Single digit swing strike. 26 CSW. These are all really low numbers. 89 zone contact, so a ton of contact from Perez. And that's kind of what we're looking for. Right? Detroit's a ton of fly balls. They're pulling the ball. They're hitting it hard. Again, one of the top killing teams against lefties. Yesterday, we hit the Jesse. When we get a Jesse Rogers home run. All right, so that F5 is not there. Let's jump into the bullpens and see if we go for the team total. Jay, can I get a full gamer? I know we got that. Bullpen statistics coming up. Texas Walker Rangers, man, they've been good. You know, on the season, it's funny. You always got to look at these things in waves, I guess. 3.7 ERA, but a 3.7 Sierra backed up for Texas. Last 43 innings is pretty good. 108 whip, 213 batting average allowed, 213. 32 fly ball, 5% barrels are all really, really good. Man, I wanted the first 5. Is it 3? That's 4. No thanks. I guess I'll go no thanks. I do like the price on it. Maddie's got Haas total bases or the HRR, which is the hit run ribby. Again, Matt, you're like a thought leader in baseball betting degeneracy right now. I hope you take that as the compliment it is. I know everybody in the chat is like, yo, that's the nicest thing you say about somebody. But it's true. Matt really kind of digging. And even though I hadn't seen him necessarily post to win, that was something I posted yesterday, and I really liked the cap and I liked the price. I got myself exposed to the Luis Castillo win at minus 110. The Seattle money line was like minus 290 at the close. The run line, which again, it covered, but it was minus 165. So again, if you think those things happen, it's probably because Castillo was good. When he's good, he's going beyond 6. The bullpen is good, and you probably won the game, right? You probably got the dub. And again, there's no guarantees. But, this is my place to appreciate the people that have helped me. Matt, Frank included, the people that I speak to in the DMs. I do a lot of work, but was it Joe Cocker? A little help for my friends, man. Never hurting everybody. All right, so it's Texas and Detroit. I think the Detroit is I think the Texas money is the donkey money today. Like if you're paying minus 200 to back Perez, I think you should be looking more at the over. I should have, with all the smack I'm talking, I should have some kind of ring on the algo. I'm way over. Jay, is the F5 U 4.5? Because if that's the case, I think it went way up. Man, I think that was down early. I love it, man. The chat it's so nice, man. People just show respect and begging each other and talking about plays that we didn't even mention. The immersive experience that I really had helped to deliver someday. This being the smallest version of it. So welcome to Sparta. I guess that's the name of our restaurant, right? If we're going to name the restaurant where the chefs eat, we might as well call it Sparta, right? Because we're 300. We may be small, but we are absolutely vicious, right? We set up the phalanx, and you don't have a prayer. All right, let's get it. Ranger Suarez and the Phillies going to the Cubbies. James and Tyon. Now I definitely have to hurry, Joe. We're going to go over the hour. Oh, no, it's not true. It's not true. We're like pacing for like 50. Ranger Suarez, again, a lot of peak and valley, right? It would be peaks and valleys if we're further in the season, probably. Right? I think these are sent to correct. He has a 1.4 ERA in the last 30 days. Just pitching out of his mind right now. So be careful when you see, 3.5 ERA, 1.3 whip, but all the expected stuff, right, in the mid-4s. So 38% ball rate for Suarez, 56 first strike. Is somebody you could see yourself maybe thinking, maybe we're going to get at this guy. 65 stuff plus and a fastball really bad, right? 282 batting average allowed to righties. As a lefty is not a good thing. But he's been great as of late. And I don't know if I really want to push up against that. Cubs offense has been excellent also. Though, man, the underpinning stuff, check it out. 280 batting average, 360 OBP, 825 OPS. This is excellent. And the discipline's been there as well. So I don't want to totally demean them, right? 21K to not 10 walk is great. 28 chases also great. However, it's like 47 ground ball, 36 pull, 7 barrel. Like, that's not great at all. They've done a lot more damage against lefties than righties. So maybe this is a good spot. I'm just not backing anybody. I know Jay and I had Ranger Suarez in mind because, believe it or not, he was one of the winners of the Daily K thing, right? And I didn't get that one. So I'm not trying to dub that one. Jay has it at plus 70. I'm not feeling it. Jay, I'm not feeling it. Like, it's not, I don't see it there. And it's not there for the Cubs. The Cubs are not swinging and missing, not chasing. So, like, I get, like, sometimes I think we may just have to fall to the variance of the back of the board. But I want to be able to find, some kind of data back for it. So I really got nothing here. I really like Tyon coming in, but it's been a disaster. Lefties in particular, I think, have crushed this poor guy. He has no answer for lefties. 311 batting average allowed to lefties. This is Tyon. 1039 OPS, 2.8 homer 9. So I guess that makes I guess that's like a Schwarber, right? Who else? What's that? Schwarber, Stott, and Marsh. I didn't rack that. For some reason, I would think about those for DFS. That's going to be a good DFS run also. Do me a favor, bring up the Schwarber home run just really quick. Schwarber home run. If it starts with a 3, I don't want it. If it starts with a 4, we put $2 on it or $1 on it, Anytime we have a pitcher without an answer for a lefty, yeah, no thanks. I can't believe you'll have home runs listed at 240. Guys batting 180. Ridiculous. All right, next up, it's the Guardians. Gavin Williams, the youngster, minus 145 favorites on the road against the Royals with Cheese and Brady, the wedding singer. Williams, again, I don't want to react to the 5 2/3 at all because he got touched up early, right? It was Oakland. We bet that one. But then he settled down, and he's really good. Royals are not really good. I think if we're chasing like the higher rate, I think you're going to get in trouble. Lots of strikeouts here on the Royal side. I wonder. Where's Gavin Williams on this thing? Probably higher than I want him to be. That's the answer for everybody. I'm so cheap. 44-1 on Gavin Williams. Let's check it out. Kansas City striking out like crazy. 25K, 13.5 swing strike, 81 zone contact. One of the worst kind of baskets in the league. So I know we didn't really see it from him the first time out, but I think he's a strikeout guy, right? I think he carried some. Hold on, I don't want to miss this one for the audio-only people. But I'm pretty sure Williams has carried some pretty absurd K stuff. Yeah, pretty absurd is like an understatement. He had like a career, 32% K rate throughout the minors. So, Gavin Williams in the 40s, 44-1, also worth maybe taking a sniff for the daily K leader because, again, Kansas City just whiffs like crazy. And the guy, again, it's going to take 10 of these bad boys to get there. Though, last lesson for this one, I know I mentioned it, Brian, super sharp commenter, follower, friend of the show. And Fire Sports also had mentioned this. Anybody that you were legitimately considering to win the K leader prop, make sure you check the alt props. And you might even find yourself in a position where the K leader is like a progressive kind of play, meaning the alt prop that you're aiming for is going to pay multiples, and you can have that cover the daily K. So I think there's a little bit of room to have this kind of work, build off where it doesn't just have to be a straight up golf card. Again, especially this works, I think, for the long shots. So I got to have Cleveland winning this one. Maybe that was a pair. Who do we have early on? Maybe that's the money line pair. Anyway, we must move forward. Next up, it's the Trolley Dodgers and Clayton Kershaw. Man, hey, how great has he been? He's just been excellent. The old man, still doing it. On the road in Colorado, except we don't do pitching analysis in Colorado. The one thing I noticed that was interesting, I posted it today. The first F5 team total at 4.5 the entire year. It's on the Dodgers side, but the game total is 12. Even though the Colorado first 5 team total is 1.5. That was weird. Matt, you got to bring up this comment, Jay. If there's a comment to Tutti comments, and something I've been preaching to friends and such for years, is Matt says it's odd. Betting's not fantasy. The info does not have to be a secret. We can all profit together. That's the point. We could work together to take down the book. That's kind of the point. And I'll give you one better. They don't like us, right? They don't like us. They're all the time continually manipulating prices and hiding things and limiting people and stuff. We should be working together. I used to say that about poker too. Why are we sitting in our house taking each other's money? You should go to AC and take some schmuck's money. Seriously. So me and Matt, maybe it's not the nicest thing, but listen, business. It's strictly business. And it's good business by that. So OPMG, ever the contrarian, give him the under. I love it, dude. You're my boy. Yeah, I generally say cores. You're betting the over or not at all. Because Kershaw's involved and he still has a chance to make whatever's working, I just would avoid this one outright. I have a hard time getting to the plus 1,400 for Clayton Kershaw in the strikeout stuff because strikeouts are so difficult in cores, right? The ball movement being so desperately affected. But, man, hard not to. Check it out, man. Colorado dead last expected WOBA against lefties, K stuff included, 270. Dead last in K rate, 29.5. Dead last in swinging strike. Dead last in zone contact. Man, almost hard to not include Kershaw. Anybody in the comments, what do you think, man? Hard not to include Kershaw, right? I mean, everything lines up there outside of cores. I wish the odds were a little bit longer than 14-1. Today's a tough one. Today's a tough one. And again, my answer to too many plays is, we'll just risk less. But that's always my answer. If I was betting 10 on these things and splitting it, I'd probably go down to 5 and bet more of them. Providing one hit is a profitable venture. That's going to be the whole thing. Do that math first to make sure whatever you hit makes a minimum. I usually like to fine-tune the dial so they all pay out the same amount. That way I just kind of walk away. I know some people are a little bit different. They like the big payout if they hit the long shot. You know what I'm saying? They'll put the 10 on each. If they hit the 30-1, it's 30-1. If they hit the 100, they hit the 100. I'm the type to I have $17 on this one, or it's $170 or you know what I'm saying? And I kind of fine tune them, say they all pay the same, have the same payout. FanDuel is actually very good with that. You could type in the payout. It will auto calculate the input, which is really cool in that scenario. So again, feathers in the caps. Hopefully, I know game analysis no one cares about in 2 days, but hopefully we're leaving you with something that resonates, right? Rate, review, and subscribe. Audio only people, those 5-star reviews just matter an absolute ton. 40-minute mark. We got 4 left. We got to hurry up, man. Okay, so it's Brito on the road against Blackburn and the A's. One of the big surprises here is Blackburn kind of coming up with some strikeout stuff. I'm going to contradict myself, okay, because I bet him to the under because his strikeout prop went to 4.5 and got juiced. So while I went under 4.5, and I think that there's a chance, right, that the 91% zone contact rate is what shows, right? 22 whiff, 10 swinging strike, 91 zone contact, right? So there's a piece of the calculus. The other part of the Blackburn calculus has been the swing and miss stuff has actually been there. 26K, 20K minus BB. I'm not going to hide anything. 28 CSW, 34 ball. But more importantly, Jay picked up on this too. 71 for a strike, 37 O swing, right? So we're not going to ignore any bully metrics. I think they all have to be just included at least in the conversation. Blackburn, again, going off at 70-1. Me and Far Sports, best friends, forced to do battle. Hey, dude, again, I'm not right, you're wrong. We may just be doing it different. Yeah, Matt, I noticed that. Matt, again, Matt's been doing some cool home run work, but you'll notice usually the people that are in our kind of coaching tree, right, in our circle, right, this thing of ours, the Spartan group, you'll notice that he posts plays, and it's not just that they come at good odds, but it's posted that if you hit one, or if it's a multiple, right, if 7 times you're going to hit two. But if you hit one, it's a profitable venture. And I think that's the smartest way to do it. Really a mistake I made as a younger handicapper. You post 3 plays and they're at plus 250. Like, even if you hit one, you didn't profit. I think that's a mistake. So just give everybody an idea. Fire Sports is also in Brito. So that you and I are mortal enemies today, Fire. Just kidding, you know that. New York, the Yankees not really striking out, not really swinging and missing. They're not taking walks, but Oakland has struck out. 12 swinging strike. He's got Brito going. I've been worried about Brito. I haven't really liked it. All the indicators about 5, 17% swinging strike, 25 CSW, 20% whiff. I don't know if I get there. Again, at 101, I will salute you, dear sir. Brian Rose is in on the Blackburn K leader. Oh, good use of the word whilst. I can get there whilst getting around. Agreed. You know what's funny? That would be that's probably the rational counter, I think, is Yankees are coming out aggressive, getting a lot of going at the first pitches. If they swing and miss, or they chase and miss, they're falling behind, and then he's kind of doing what he's doing. So, again, I love that the comment section, right? You don't feel free, everybody. All my work is meant to be held up to scrutiny. I think I also posted the Oakland F5. I might have gotten a better price on the run line. I don't think I can go there now. But, Jay, we really haven't bet much. I can get with Oakland on the first 5. I think Burrito kind of stinks, and I like Blackburn. So let's take our best stab. Remember, always Oakland is first 5. Never full game Oakland. Never Oakland bullpen ever. Hashtag we hate bullpens forever and ever and ever. Next up, Michael Kopech and the Pale Hose, White Sox, plus 160 dogs on the road against the Los Angeles of Otanis. The Los Angeles Otanis of Anaheim. The Los Otani of Angels or something like that. Anyway, just sell him the team. 313 ERA, 104 whip, 614 OPS for like the best offensive player in the league right now. That's just absolutely absurd. People kind of ignored the improvements he was making as far as velo and shape and mix. He's been great. 33% K, 22 KBB, 13 swinging strike. Everything that you could want against him. Unfortunately, here is the downside for Otani today. The downside is the juice. Otani is the chalk. I'm the leprechaun. So he's the enemy today, unfortunately. And he's the obvious chalk for good reason. Like I mentioned, all the strong swing and miss stuff. Also, the Chicago White Sox are booty. 25% K to only 5 walk, 13.5 swinging strike, 38 chase, 84 zone contact. While bad, it's not the worst. It's bad. Excuse me. So, with good reason, Otani is the odds leader at plus 260. That being said, I still don't think the odds are correct here. I don't think plus 260 rectifies with the board. It's a name value thing. People that play this must just come in and dump money on Otani. Again, he's the guy. We're gonna have to fade him, everybody. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to hope for lots of foul balls, or even like 7 strikeouts. Right, 7 strikeouts is not gonna win it. Otani's gonna be good and get 7 Ks. Kopech has actually been good as of late. So I was thinking about the under the Anaheim offense again. Another one of the trends that we did pick up on. I hate to gloat. It's not gloating. It's a truth. We have the receipts. We take losses. Anaheim was showing us the disappointing stuff I want to see. Now the walk rate in the single digits and everything else kind of coming along. Top 5 doubles, top 5 homers, 850 team OPS, 45 ball, 46 pull, 43 hard hit, right? Double digit power. Putting together the pull power profile, lifting elevated fly balls. Elevating hard hit balls, what I mean. Pulling elevated hard hit balls. And it's paid off. Also happened to the bullpen. White Sox are terrible, right? I was thinking about the Angel run line. It must be juiced up to crazy. This would be another one. This would have been the other natural pairing. I think we ended up taking the run line. But if you don't, that would have been the pair. Would be, what was it? Angels and Padres. Well, talk about chalk. But that's something I would do. Angels and Padres plus 130. I may actually print that one. D-Rock, take care, Taco Core. Be good, man. So we missed the boat, Jay, but that's okay. We'll get it next time. But for anyone, audio-only listeners, community crew, appreciate you. All 7 p.m., remember, plenty of time to get to this stuff. Yeah, that's what I'd be doing. I go safe. I probably pair the money lines because of the juice on the run. All right, next up. Jake Irvin and our Nationals plus 190 dogs on the road against Brian. Woo! Minus 135. So going to be tough to back any of the Mariner stuff because of the pricing. But I know people have him woo circled. He was the first guy to start getting all that love. They actually, you know what's funny? I missed that one. Since we bet on Toronto, let's pair Angels and Mariners money line. How about that one? I missed that one. I'll go with that. I can dig that. Right, that'll be plus money. So we're going to pair those two instead. A little double money line pair. And I don't have to worry about covering in this economy. You know, it could be tough. Brian Wu, just everything. Models love him. 5-year rate, could care less. Every earn run indicator is below 3. PFIP 2.3. Expected ERA below 2.5, 34% K, 15 swing and strike, 31 CSW, everything we love to see. In-zone contact below 80. I mean, I'm really doing everything we want. 21% pop-up rate, just mowing them down. 246 X wall, but Brian, woo! All the K stuff is there. Washington doesn't really K, and this is where, you know, it's funny. This is, I think, where perspective comes in. Washington doesn't have the K stuff on the surface, right? 90% K, 10 swing and strike, 89 zone contact. But like dead last in walk at 3.9, and one of the worst in chase rates at 3.8. So like that shouldn't like eliminate them, especially, you know, Wu's got the big first strike rate. He's got the big O swing. He's got the bully metrics going. So I think Brian Wu's going to be part of this as well. Man, we mentioned way too many people. He's at 24-1. Gosh, just way too many people. Fire just said Fire got 22-1. Maybe I probably got to hit the refresh button. This happens to me every week. As we're rambling, right? Of course, people are listening and betting on this stuff, and the numbers are moving in real time. You know, these markets are generally pretty soft, which is part of what we have to understand. You know, you got to get what again. Got to get what again is good. So give me Wu, give me Seattle with the Angels paired up, and let's just move it forward. Last up, it's Taj, Mahal, Bradley, plus 110 dog, man. Anytime you see the Rays as dogs, Bradley on the mound. Got to put an eyebrow up, but it's up against the Snakes with shapes on their back, Zach Gallen, and the Diamondbacks. This is the game I want to watch. You know, this is really the one for me. Gallen more established, but two of them bright young pitchers. Bradley, one of the best young rookies, 35% K rate for Bradley, 27 K minus BB, 5% walk for Gallen, 29 whiff for Gallen, 27.5 for Bradley. I mean, it just goes back and forth. The K stuff on both sides is excellent. So if you popped into the offenses, I think Bradley may be out on this one because Arizona's so disciplined. You know, top 5 in K, walk, swing, and strike, everything across the board, looking really, really good. And again, the leash on him is probably more of the issue. I should have led with knocking skills. Because it's not a knock on Bradley's skills. It's more, I think he's average. I think I saw this on Twitter. I think it might have even been Frankie. 85 pitches or so. So with the Arizona patience and stuff, inability to chase, unwillingness to chase, I should say, that I think adds the pitches that may exclude Bradley from the win here. Gallen, though, also has got to be mentioned. You know, I was a little too loose today, I feel like, people. Or, you know, I'm just being honest in my analysis. Gallen to get a 20-1. Man, there's so many pitchers here. Come on, we are one like short of 20. Somebody press the thumb button, will you? Rate, review, and subscribe matters more than it should. Get on betstamp.app/call to the pen matters more than it should. 5-star reviews matter more than they should. Tag Rob on Twitter. That doesn't matter. It makes me laugh, though. Damn, Rob Pizzola. Forest Sports says, how about 5 months for you? Yeah, about 24. 2 dozen. Thank you very much, man. I really do appreciate you. Remember, we started the show from absolutely nothing. So, all right, Jay, bring up the K-props. Remember, video people. Audio-only people, I should say. If you want to see the recap of the ticket, Jay is scrolling through it ever so slowly right now. So you could just Hop over to YouTube while you're there. Press the cartoon bell and the cartoon finger to notify the like button. Like your notifications and notify your likes. Notify me of your likes. Like the fact that I'll notify you in return. It's just so stupid, right? It's like I could be Chat GPT easily. So, all right, let's see if we could dive into this. Oh, this bucket, man. Jay, I don't even know. We got so many people that I feel like I'm going to be non-committal here. Let's see. We had what we say: Wells, Darvish, Whitlock, Framber, Woo, and Gallen is at 6. I could really get with 6 because they're all well beyond 6-1. I thought we had more than that. Jay, let me know if I forgot anybody. Comment section. Same to you. Everybody's kind of on their job right now. I know there is scrambling going on right now. That website is getting volume right now. So Wells, Darvish, Whitlock. Man, sure. I wonder if we should cut Darvish at 11-1. It's still, man, with 6. If you hit the Darvish, you guarantee the double. He'd be the one that I'd eliminate, not because of his skills. But yeah, Jay, why don't you wipe Darvish? Let's play for the dub here. So Wells, Whitlock, Framber, Woo. Oh, and you got to put Blackburn, dude. That was the last one. So that's the 6 I want. I'd much rather have Blackburn at 70 or whatever he is than Darvish at 11. Like, to me, that's not even close. Darvish is struggling also. Blackburn's getting zero love. Except from us. We're like the Oakland crew. All right, that'll do it, everybody. That'll do it. Yeah, Gallen was the last one. Okay, so it should read Wells, Whitlock, Framber. Right? Wells. Whitlock, Framber. I got lost myself. Woo, Gallen, and Blackburn. Thank you all so much for sticking through. Brian Rose, sharp as could be. Darvish 10 plus at 10-1. If you've got FOMO on him, Brian, I see you. The way of Sparta 303. The way of betting. I see you. This is madness, This is call to the pen, baby. Give you a good idea of how, if you believe it's going to take 10 to win the night, 10 at 10-1 is a pretty great edge, man. Imagine having Darvish to win, him getting to 10, losing to an 11. You go home with nothing. Where I think that's really the best way to attack the short, in quotes, to mid-range plays, Brian. Let's all keep that in mind. That's really excellent stuff. So thank you all again. Right up here, this is no platform. It's a platform. It's not a soapbox, not a podium. You know what I mean? I'm one of you. So thank you all so much for picking up what we're putting down here, man. This show is just absolutely bananas. No, not like it. All 15 games, advanced stats, application, props and stuff, theories, interactions with friends. Can't thank you all enough. We'll be back tomorrow at noon. Enjoy the games. Enjoy your day. When we smash the daily K meter, enjoy your pay. And remember, when you work this hard, it feels a lot less like luck. We'll see you at noon. Peace.